What is up, Steve? I don't know. Have you been up on the mastermind before?
Never on your stage. I tuned in, I think, the first time last week.
Got it. Well, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Steve Turner. For the past 20 years, I've worked for various different home builders. So I've always had a luxury of having the builder's marketing team and everything. And now I'm on my own. I figured after 20 years, man, I know how to do all this. And I realized, I'm pretty good at real estate, but as far as generating leads and the marketing part, that's where I'm looking for the help these days. So
yeah, I'd be curious. You mentioned 20 years or something like that. Have you been keeping a log of all the people that you've had direct contact with to help, whether it's on buy side? I know the listing's a bit different because you're on the development side, but have you been kind of keeping some of these contacts? Because I feel like that'd be a great place to start.
Yes, I do have a database of pretty much all the homes that I've been involved with as far as the sales. I guess maybe I've been a little afraid with some of those calls. Hey, remember me? I'm the guy you bought a house from 10 years ago, and we've never spoken since. So I'm trying to find ways. Okay, well, how do I get them re-engaged so that I can leverage them to send referrals or to, basically get back in contact versus, here's Steve out of the blue, 10 years later, maybe they remember me, maybe they don't. It's a tough conversation to have.
One thing I'd say real fast is, depending on how large that is, one of the lowest entry points is if you have their email. If you have their email and you're able to market to them firsthand, then you could kind of start to see, okay, this person's clicking my links, this person's still interested in real estate. Okay. Then they start seeing your name. Maybe they see your headshot and they're like, oh, I remember, that's the person that helped buy my house 10 years ago. You can kind of warm them up, or you just go out of the blue and just start calling them. I know Dylan Unmuted might have better input on this than I do.
No, I mean, that's super good. Steve, one agent I work with, he's been doing it for quite some time, and he's only really closed internet leads, Zillow leads, realtor.com leads. And he is trying to get more past client driven this year. So he is in January, the first week of January, he is sending out handwritten letters to all of his past clients that have not relisted and moved. And he has not talked to these guys since closing. And he is simply in that letter stating hey, Steve, it's Dylan, your realtor. I'm really sorry I have not stayed in touch with you, but I just wanted to say hi, see how you're doing. Understanding that most people are not going to reply to the note, but when he starts calling them in February or March, they will have just seen his note and you won't be a stranger anymore then. And then you're simply just putting them on a normal past client phone call, and you just need to use whatever dialogue works for your personality with that.
Okay, no, that's a good point. So it's almost like an apology type letter for, hey, sorry.
100%.
Gotcha. That's a good idea.
Hey everyone, Luca from Actually Agents here. Just wanted to take a quick second to bring your attention to an amazing opportunity we've secured for the Actually Agents community through our partnership with BAM. If you use code ACTUALLY on the website link in the description, you'll gain 10% off to the BAMX training platform. It is jam-packed with courses, information, ebooks, scripts, and more, all specifically designed for the modern real estate agent like yourself who's ready to commit to their craft and 10x their business this coming year. Remember, use code ACTUALLY. It's 10% off. The link is in the description. Thanks so much for your support.
Well, you said you had experience doing this 20 years with other builders, correct?
Yep.
Why don't you have a resume that you can give these new builders? Just put something together that's showing hey, I've been doing this 20 years for all these other builders. The company that you're with shouldn't matter. You're the one who did all the work.
Yeah, so that's actually what I've been tackling here lately, is going to builders that, I haven't worked with in the past and saying, hey, because some builders, take some of the big guys, several states or even national builders, they have their own sales team, and that's what I've always been part of. So I'm out trying to find more of my local smaller builders who aren't capable of having their own team and maybe already work with agents and are like, hey, look, I could be your agent now. I guess that's what I tried maybe about 2 years ago. But yeah, I feel like I'm starting back at square one, where I was 2 years ago. Okay, I'm out hustling to get builders again. So
yeah, Steve, do go back to what it was when you were hustling. You got to market yourself now. So you got to make marketing material, make the phone calls, do everything that you had to do. I just dropped in the chat this thing that I started giving to everybody, buyer and seller. It's designed for both. And I have in there services I offer, what happens when I market their property, my social media stats. I have not all of them, but I have a bunch of my past sales. I have Google reviews. Everything's in there. and you got to start pitching yourself like, hey, my name's Steven. I'm a local realtor. I would love to just send you my resume so you can see a little bit about me. Is it okay if I send you that? How many realtors are sending out resumes? How many realtors do you know are sending out resumes?
None.
None. Right? Absolutely not. But how do you think that they'll respond to you saying, "Can I send you my resume?"
No, that's a great ploy. I mean, what are they going to say? They're going to say yes, even if they just want to get you off the phone. They're still going to say yes.
Yeah.
I like it, and I'm looking at this, and I don't know if you have these professionally printed or if you just print them out, but still, this is a very nice piece.
I just print them. I made that on Canva. Really simple, really fast, and you guys can do the same. And then it gives you a reason to follow up. You literally could just call them, hey, did you get a chance to take a look? If they didn't get a chance to take a look, all right, no problem, no worries. I still would love to build a relationship with you. Is there a time that I can, meet with you, sit down, maybe bring you a cup of coffee on a job site somewhere, walk through one of your projects and just see what you got going on?
I think those are wonderful ideas, and I appreciate you sharing that piece, Andrew. That is, I will be probably, using that as some very good inspiration, shall we say, for what I'm going to do now.
Yeah, everyone on this group chat should have a resume. Literally everybody on this call should have a resume. There's no reason not to.
I want to see you here again. It's great having you up on stage. We're going to be checking back in with you to make sure you're, to hear how the progress is going. So
absolutely. I will definitely be back with some updates for us.
And if you ever have any questions or anything more to add, either chime in later or post it in one of these channels or something. We'll get back to you. So again, shout out Steve.